y'all? It's your boy Bruhman from the 5th floor, alongside the lovely, the stylish local. And we are back for another episode of the Dress Code Podcast. Y'all, today we have one of our most... This was a very random find, okay?
It was random, but it was very destined.
It was destined. I'm going to change the verbiage on that. This was a destined find.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Thanks.
This was a destined find.
Wow.
Because we were in Soho to go shoot content. We went to Soho to go shoot content, to go find people to just interview about their outfits, you know, things about fashion and things of that nature. And there are a pair of Bottega boots that I have been on the hunt for.
Yes.
I've been on the hunt for these boots for a long time.
Yes.
And Bottega is very hard to come by in my size. Bottega, I'm going to need y'all to do better with the 13s, baby. Yeah. Okay. So we're in the store. We're conversing. We're having back and forth banter. So naturally, as an employee of the store, you're going to ask, you need any help? So I asked him about the boot. He said, no, we don't have that boot. We don't got that. We don't got that. So I look at the sneaker and I'm like, they ain't got this. So I don't know how it happened, but me and her we started talking back and forth.
Yeah.
About something about fat. It was green.
Oh, we mentioned the Bottega green.
Bottega green.
Yeah, the color.
Yeah.
And then we just...
And my good man right here put me in my place and said, I was looking for the boot. I found a picture of the boots. And he said... Remember in Mean Girls, what was the name? The size of the store? It was like 0, 3, and 5. And she was like,
oh, yeah.
She was like a size. She was like, we don't carry those sizes.
Yeah.
Try Sears. I said, oh, here goes a picture of the boots. These are the boots that I'm looking for. He said, oh, we don't carry that designer anymore.
Yeah.
Not that designer food, that style.
That style.
Yeah, they don't carry. We don't. No, remember this is Daniel Lee.
Oh,
remember we don't carry that designer.
Okay,
so he was like,
we
don't carry that collection.
Oh
Yeah.
Anymore.
I forgot that part. Yeah.
Heartbroken.
Sick.
Sorry.
Heartbroken.
Sorry.
Heartbroken. I was heartbroken.
It was good Whitney Heartbreak Hotel.
It definitely was.
Very much so.
But in the midst of that, it blossomed into a small conversation about just the imperfections in fashion and things that we're looking for out of the fashion game. Blossomed into him now sitting on our couch. It was like an hour long.
I was gonna say a small conversation.
It was about an hour. We sat there about an hour
Just
and an
running
hour
our
some
mouths.
change.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Having a conversation about just fashion overall.
Yeah.
We would like to introduce y'all to Delroy. Delroy, thank you for coming on the Dress Code
having
Podcast.
me. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I think we need to jump straight into it. Matter of fact, no.
Ooh.
Before we even I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
Because, let's warm them up first. Let's warm
Okay.
up. Let the people know who you are, where you've been, what do you do. Give them a little bit of your background.
Wow. So my name, Delroy.
Guess where he's from. Please, I swear to God. Guess where, I promise you.
I already knew where he was from before he said it.
Guess where he's from, y'all.
I am from Brooklyn, New York. I'm from Flatbush.
Oh, shit.
Period. First generation born in the United States. My mom is Dutch. My father's Jamaican.
Rasclad. If you guessed it, you win.
Yeah. I went to school for business, but I've always had an appreciation for like art.
Okay.
And fashion. My first introduction to fashion, I was working as a model for Abercrombie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, can we talk about that real quick? Because you know where I'm going to go with this.
The documentary.
The documentary was good as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
It is
very
all
intrigued.
true. It is all true.
Really?
It is all true, yes. I watched the documentary, I had PTSD.
Really?
Yeah,
It's really that triggering. Wow.
It's triggering. It's a great experience. Like, I was in college and
Okay.
you know, it's great. However, however, you know, like, it was a great experience and I was young at the time.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm older to know better.
Right.
And there's things that I will not put up with now that I'm 35.
Okay.
As, you know, back then when I was 21 or 19. So yeah, those are all true. And I was there for 3 years because it was conducive to my my college schedule. I took school very seriously.
Right.
And so I did that, and then afterwards, I did Tommy Hilfiger for 3 months.
Damn.
and
That
then I
face
was
is very telling.
yes, and then I was recruited for Louis Vuitton on Fifth Avenue. I started there when I was 21.
Okay.
21. I was there for 5 years.
Is that the flagship?
The flagship.
Flagship.
For
So that
the
was your first retail job.
first luxury retail job.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and it flourished, and I went to Paris every year for 5 years to attend the show, to host clients. It was basically the same thing as Devil Wears Prada. I would change, like I had my own driver. I would change
You
maybe.
know how I feel about that movie?
He loves that movie.
Yeah, that movie is amazing. I changed about 5 or 3 times a day.
Really?
It's luxurious, but it's work.
It's a lot of
it's a
work,
lot
yeah.
of work.
Really?
It's a lot of work. There's like showroom appointments, client dinners. There's there's the buy. There's so much you have to do in 1 week. It's
Wow.
a lot to take in. It's grueling. And then after I worked at Fendi for 5 years as a fur expert and like a men's ambassador for ready to wear.
Okay.
And now I'm a private client advisor for Bottega, hosting the elites of the elites for clientele, and from stylists to rappers to the who's to athletes.
My personal guy who I call. When I say I got a guy, I got a guy.
I got a guy. So yeah, I mean, I love it, and I've learned a lot, and yeah, that's my history so far. That's my history for.
I don't want to just skip over. I don't want to. I feel like he just skipped over. Like you just said. I went to. How do you get to that? I'm pretty sure they don't just go in the store and say, "Who wants to go to Paris?" And, so let them know the type of work that you were putting in and the diligence that you were putting into to be even associated, to be even picked to go and go to these shows and things of that nature.
Yeah. So
book.
my first year, I went to Paris for training.
Okay.
For Vuitton. The second time I had to go to Paris was for to host a client. And this client was, still one of my great friends.
Okay.
He lives in Shanghai, and he is coming to New York hopefully soon. And the reason why I had to host him in Paris because he had a spend of 14,000 before he met me with the brand, and that took him from 14,000 to 2 million in 1 year. Yes, from 14,000 to 2 million in 1 year, and with that kind of spend, you are nominated to attend the show.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't going to go to Paris because it wasn't in the works. And then he said, I'm not going unless you go.
Wow.
And so for somehow corporate said yes within a half an hour and booked my ticket. And I attended every show, therefore, for like all my clients. It's a lot, especially you have to carry the burden of being the top performer, especially in selling leather goods is one thing. It's I wouldn't say it's easy, but it is a task to sell leather goods because everybody wants a bag. Selling ready to wear is more intimate.
It's a different experience.
It's different space. Clients are getting undressed in front of you. It's clients who buy ready-to-wear understand the lifestyle of luxury. They know the investment in buying a $5,000, $10,000, jacket or dress. People who just buy handbags, and there's no shade. People who buy handbags, only handbags and shoes, they won't invest in ready-to-wear as quickly as someone who buys ready-to-wear. But yeah, so that's how you get nominated, and that's how I went. So it's fun.
He made a good point. So because obviously we both work in the luxury retail space, I already knew he had $1 million book because that's the only way that happens. The only way you're going to the shows, you have to have $1 million book, which is why they push us so hard to sell certain. They use it as an incentive, right? Like, oh, you can go to the shows if you have $1 million book, right? So That's not easy.
That is not easy.
It's not easy at all. And especially him selling ready-to-wear, that's also a different ballgame. Because like he said, a lot of clients, once they start out with like bags and shoes, they most likely are going to stay there, right?
Stay there.
Because it's more accessible. It's easier to get. Whereas like ready-to-wear is very intimidating.
It's very.
Who is going to Louis to buy a jacket or a shirt for thousands of dollars? They're not going to do it.
No.
You have to be in a different tax bracket, in a different mind state, and in a
100%.
different like fashion.
Yeah, out your fucking
realm.
mind is the state of mind.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just a different ball game. So it says a lot like about who he is as a stylist.
Workaholic.
Because yes, that too. And also he built a relationship where his clients trust him. There's so much trust factored into like getting people to spend that amount of money.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. I was like, how do you make your client so comfortable to even want to spend? Because you just said $14,000 to $2 million.
Well,
that is a jump.
You have to be curious about your client.
Okay.
And to be curious about your client, you have to understand their lifestyle.
Okay.
And their potential. Okay. So
Factor.
when it comes to potential, you have to see what they're interested in. So if a client can drop 8, they can drop 15. And because they're spending that extra amount somewhere else.
Exactly.
So you can only imagine almost, going to a store and, probably trying to figure out what can I spend my money on. Now, for instance, you may go to a store and spend $2,000 a pair of boots, but you might go, you might buy a pair of shark boots from Givenchy, but then buy an $8,000 Chanel boy bag. That advisor who sold you that boot may question, why didn't they purchase a bag with me?
A bag with me, yes.
Did you push or did you assume that she didn't have it?
Exactly.
Or did you not try to be curious?
Yeah.
Add on until the client says no.
Absolutely.
Add on. And then and also you want to make sure you want to educate the client about the culture, about the collection. I mean, I've had a lot of, and don't get me wrong, there are clients who work and live on Park Avenue, and there are clients who are more urban, and who can drop money.
They can still drop the coin. Absolutely.
Drop the coin. Yeah. Period. Because let's be real.
The money's
Black people, we drop a lot in luxury. We drop a lot in luxury.
Yes.
A lot in luxury, and so I've had clients who, spending cash, the drug dealers, the scammers, and all that, spending cash money. But you have to elevate them. Like, do you want them to just be T-shirt clients and sneaker clients, or do you want to elevate them into like outerwear, and then trousers, and then shirts, and then leather pieces, because that's what you want them to look better than anyone else at the space that they're going to be wearing the pieces.
He's responsible for all y'all running around in them damn Dior bubble jackets. I see what's going on here. That's the reason why them Dior bubble jackets was rubbing. Because they was selling these
We have to make sure that we want our clients to feel special. Everybody wants to feel special.
Absolutely.
Even if you're never gonna spend money on it. We take the client information. We want to send you everything that's new. Yeah. Every client wants to know what's hot.
What's new.
They want is the fear of missing out.
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna lie. I remember one time we were much younger. This is when me and my mans, we just started getting like really digging deeper into fashion.
Right.
And I went into Balenciaga.
Right.
And I didn't even buy nothing. But the girl who was working there, she was like, "Yo, take my number. Let me get your number. We exchange numbers and whatnot." I left out leaving the store like, I'm
so
him.
stupid.
My brother's like, yo, boy, she on your body, boy.
Right.
She was just a designer stripper. She just baited me in. She was a designer stripper.
We're just trying to make sure that
she just wanted a table dance.
But no,
she baited me for a table dance. She got a dance because I went back and I spent money with her, and she just keeps on text. I have.
She get her commission, honey.
I told you Saint Laurent. I told y'all Saint Laurent is my favorite. One of my favorite brands. Right. I spend a lot of money. I spend a lot of money in Saint Laurent. But you also said something too, as far as when you go to shoes, when you start off with shoes and bags, that is always your main forte, because I can't look in my closet and say I own a Saint Laurent shirt.
Because the thing is, not to cut you off, the thing is, with luxury, that is the introduction.
Got you.
That's the introduction.
Especially for males.
Yeah, accessories, like a handbag,
It's
a shoe,
always
sunglasses.
the price point is easier, right? And it's more attainable for a lot of people, right? And it's not as intimidating either. So it's like, okay, I start off here little by little. Once again, if you have an essay like Delroy, he's gonna like keep on sending you pictures. It's like, okay, well, I could spend a little extra. I could spend a little more on that. And then on top of that, now he builds trust with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you trust him to like guide you to make the right choice for your money.
Right.
So
this girl made me come to Saint Laurent in the middle of the snow because they had a pair of espadrilles in my size. Did you hear what I said?
Because if you missed them, that was it.
I drove for an hour and a half in the snow to go pick up espadrilles, and I think I bought some Chelsea boots at the time too. In the snow, what am I in the rush for espadrilles?
Well,
but it was also that feeling of she sent this to me.
Yes.
I felt special.
Right.
She said, I don't know if she sent this. I wasn't even thinking about that. She said.
She probably did.
And
She probably did. And whoever bit first got it.
Period.
she called me
That's how
by
we send out multiple texts.
They called me by my name. That's the best part.
Yes.
They text me by your name. Of course it's saved in the
Hello,
phone.
it's supposed to feel personal.
I'm like,
Yeah.
You're my friend
you
now.
guys are horrible.
Yeah, we're friends.
Because
We're friends.
People tend to forget. Like, yes, it's about the connection with the client.
Yeah.
Also, the masses do not. People who do not understand luxury tend to forget that it is luxury.
Yeah.
It takes time to have these pieces made, and there's not many made in the country or the world. No shade. And we all love them. It is not Zara. It is not H&M where there's masses and masses and masses of stuff. It is luxury, and it's truly bought. We have to keep in mind that these brands, I shouldn't say brand, these fashion houses have budgets. They do a buy. The buy is based on how much money they're investing into the collection. And your size may be 1 out of 10 in the US.
Absolutely.
And so if you think it's going to be there 4 months from
Good
now.
luck, baby.
Oh yeah, no.
You gonna be at the real.
Oh no, I learned the hard way. It was somebody from
Yeah.
Saks actually put me on to that. They said she said, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. You are 6'7", 250 in New York. She said, who do you she said this is the fashion capital of the world. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sports teams?
Yeah.
She said before your size even touches outside the
already
box,
have them.
it's already gone.
It's already gone.
That's already been pulled.
Absolutely.
It's pulled.
She said your fight is a lot different from Mr. 5'9", 180.
Yeah.
You're fighting a whole different battle because
100%.
the athletes they already got the money. They're influenced. Your size is already gone.
Their stylist is already there. First of all, we're gonna text the stylist and the personal assistants and those people first before we text people like you. And that's
No
just
shade.
no shade.
No
I am
shade.
Bruhman.
No
Okay?
shade. But it's
shade.
just like
Because it's
we
the fastest
know.
way to get rid of the product.
Exactly.
I get it.
We know it's gonna get bought. We know our commission is there. Boom. And then on top of that, now it looks good for us. We have a top client. We have a celebrity client who's consistently buying with us, right? So it helps.
Right.
It helps.
Exactly. It does. It does.
And then I also want to spin on something. When I'm in these, number one, I know how you guys do your selling and for the most part, and how y'all do the approach and whatnot. I always keep the conversation to a minute. I clip it immediately because I don't want you to get too comfortable, so you can start. I'm not abrupt with it or rude about it, but I give you that look and that tone where I know I'm here to browse or I know what I'm here for.
Correct.
Okay.
And I give you that tone where I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm here for. I'm not here for leisure. And I noticed something when it comes to Black people, when we go into these high-end luxury stores, if you notice, we literally go directly to what we want. We go directly to the product.
Yes.
As opposed to white people. You ever see when I see white people shop, it just be, well,
You know
I think
what?
I want. What do you? Hey, sir, what can I help you with? I don't know. I feel like they just be leisurely shopping. You know, the Asians, it just be 17 of them on one shoe, just staring. Sorry, I
literally
love y'all.
picking apart the shoe. Like
They'll be sitting there. You ever see Asian
wanna
shop?
buy-
It'll be 17 of them around one
Lord,
shoe.
forgive me, it stresses me out so bad because literally it takes them 3 hours to decide if they want to get
Y'all
one
not hot.
And I'm
Fuck
just
the
like,
buying it. Are y'all not hot?
guys,
you know what's up? With every demographic, I've seen it all.
Really? Okay.
It's very interesting.
You made a
it all.
face though. Where did you think I was going? Bring it up, because
Are
you
you talking about black people?
just now. You made a face. Let's talk about this. Is what we do here.
You know what? Because I thought you were gonna say like when black people come in, they go towards the black person that's working there.
Oh yeah, because that happens to me all the time.
I stay away from. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I face no funny shit. I face the most discrimination
From your own kind.
From my own kind. When
Yeah.
I go
Makes
to,
sense.
I'm tell the truth, shame the devil. When I go to Saks, makes me feel the most uncomfortable
Yeah,
I have
it
ever felt in my
does.
life.
It
And it used to be 2 girls who used to work right there before the remodeling. Every time I would come up that escalator or out that elevator, they would just. I'm like, sweetheart, I promise you, this piece is gonna hit. Don't even trip.
You
Yeah.
know
I'm not
what,
one of
though?
them.
It's not personal to
It's
you.
not- I get it.
It's just every day when
This
we
nigga.
encounter like the
I
same
get it.
kind
It's
of
the
people.
this nigga.
Yeah, like we encounter the same kind of people,
Yeah.
right?
I
get
And so
it.
it's just like automatically you might think that somebody is in here scamming. When I used to
Or
work
trying to steal.
Exactly. And like certain brands, if there's a particular item that's popping at the time or you know, everybody wants it, I automatically know when black people hit the door,
What they're looking for.
I know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to come to you and I'm going to tell you, I have it in this color, this size, and this size. Which one do you want? Because I already know what you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it sucks that I have to do that, but also I'm never wrong.
Right.
I'm never wrong.
I'm like,
So-
sweetheart, I'm not even gonna waste your time and ask you for. So I would find like the most random. I would go to before the remodeling set when the jacket. It was the jacket like Montclair and them was in the back. I'll find the old rinky-dink guy who just working and just browsing around. Yo, bro, come through, help me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I know I'm gonna feel more. He's gonna. It's a little bit burden. I'm gonna spend my money with you as opposed to y'all just.
But you know what's crazy? I don't ever treat people differently though.
No.
I give you exactly what you want because I know what you're coming for, but I never treat you any different unless you
Exactly.
try to play in my face and scam with me. And people have
What's
done
the
that
problem?
to me. No, because don't come up in here. Your pieces don't work.
No. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Because
something.
that gets us in trouble too. If we let a transaction go, you know what I'm saying, and like it hit, but then later there's a
smell a
chargeback.
scammer from a mile away.
I can see as soon as you hit the door, I already know what type of time you on. You
First
got on a
of all, let me
scammer
tell you
uniform.
something. Okay, just recently scammers know how to come out in the summertime, and scammers come out in holiday season. They come out every season, but heavy, like you see an
Heavily,
influx
yes.
during times.
Yes.
Because everybody outside in the summertime, and everybody trying to get gifts in the wintertime. So
fact.
recently, there was this gentleman that came in, and he was asking for PC pieces. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, what's up? And he was with 2 other individuals with, whatever, asking for things, right? And then, and that's how I knew he was a scammer. Right when I'm about to ring him up, he's like, always got a problem with the chip.
Oh.
Like, don't tell me about your car.
I'm
Just
sorry.
swipe it,
So
baby.
you're telling me.
I didn't ask.
And he says they have to type my numbers in at a restaurant.
Oh, damn, it hit you.
There you go. Because we're not supposed to type nothing in.
I'm sorry.
That's not a thing.
When you ever type in the numbers at a restaurant from your credit card?
Okay. Okay.
Have a blessed evening, sir.
And like manual entries can be
I was
done.
about to say, 'cause
but
when
your credit card
I remember
online
when
on
Fendi
file.
broke.
But they
I was in
have to
Fendi
be-
one time, and the machine broke down, and they had to manually write. I remember they had to manually write the shit down and charge it. I
That's
remember.
not the
Yeah.
manual that he trying to do, baby.
That's
different.
that's a manual
manual
receipt.
receipts.
Manual,
yeah,
okay.
we write
Correct.
a paper receipt for you.
But in terms
Yes.
of you typing your number in, I type your number in if your credit card is on file. I'm not typing it in when you're right in front of me. How about you
what?
grow
You
up and get a
swipe
new
your
card? How about that?
Shade.
Because I
all
don't
disrespect, because y'all get on my
one,
nerves.
I don't mind assisting anybody. That's the thing. The thing is, I have a lot on my plate on a daily basis.
Gotcha.
And I need you to get your act together and not waste my time.
Thank you.
Because I have other things to do.
That's why I
I
set
don't
the
want
tone
to
as soon as I get
host
in.
a scammer. Like I can host you, but make sure you pay with your debit card or in cash.
Some cash, exactly.
If it's some card that you're trying to run, sweetie, like I said before the podcast started, I'm from Flatbush.
We all know what's up.
Sweetie, I have Nigerian friends, Jamaican friends. I know people who scam.
Legit.
So I can smell a scammer.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Well, well.
You know what? I'm so happy to have my brother in retail here with us.
You know,
Nobody don't be understanding my plight. I swear to God.
yeah, like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like, I will give you exceptional service. I don't care if you are Black, Latino, Middle Eastern, Asian. I don't care where you're from. To this queen in the corner, what she said, don't play in my face.
Don't do it. I hate it.
Because I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3.
They don't even you see the problem. They don't even give me a chance to play in Navy. As soon as I walk through a door, it's just. And I don't dress any. I dress. You never know what you're gonna get with me. To be perfectly honest, you never know what you're gonna get with me. But I did this purposely years ago. I would always go to these stores
in sweatpants. I like sweatpants.
I dress very bummy because
millionaires don't be dressed to the nines, baby.
We're talking about.
Let's talk about it.
But who are we talking about?
Not dressed.
But who are you talking about?
And then how
You're
can they
talking
make
about a
money
white
outside?
millionaire.
But here's the thing. Even I don't care who you are. For people who have worked in the spaces that we worked in, the people who are sometimes decked out in
are coming in to waste your time.
They have nothing.
Because they want people to assume or think they have money.
Absolutely.
Jump on them the first chance they get. Nothing phases me. I have enough brands in my closet. So
I don't care which
if you're wearing name brands, that doesn't, I really don't care. It's just all stuff at the end of the day. But I just want to get to know you as a person. See what you like. Because the people who are wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, they got the bread.
And you know what's so crazy? I would always, back then, I would always feel so self-conscious really going to, because I was buying luxury items for a very long time. Now, I remember when I remember the first time going to the Gucci store and like all the Black workers, they just looked at me crazy. And I will never forget this, man. It was a guy named Samir. He used to work at the Gucci on Fifth Avenue. And he treated me and I was young. I was very young, very, very young face. I was probably about like 14, 15 years old. I was taking my bread from my hustle money and going to get right. And he treated me with so much respect and he made me feel so good. And this is before I know anything about the sales game and things of that nature. I wanted to go back and I wanted to go get something else. So I called the store and I told myself, I'm not shopping with nobody else but Samir. He offered me water. He offered me water.
Yeah.
He offered me water.
Which is the basics.
He didn't treat me as a child. He didn't look at me, because you can clearly look at me. And I lied to him. He asked me like, what team did I play for? And y'all wouldn't, but I told this motherfucker I played for the Golden State Warriors. Could you imagine me trying to tell that lie now?
Oh yeah, they're like,
excuse me? Boy, I ain't never seen Steph pass the ball to you.
I didn't even see you get drafted.
This is not even on the bench.
This is 2008. Like, this is like 2008. So yeah, Samir. So I called up and I asked, and they said, he's not here today. He'll be in the next. Okay, cool, no problem. I'll come that day. When I came that day, he said, I just want to thank you. I said, I thank you so much. You called and you asked me. It made me look very good in front of my boy. I said, I could understand. I was like, damn, he was just so grateful that I did that. And I said, and anytime I went and bought something for Gucci, I used to be a heavy in Gucci.
Yeah.
I would never shop with nobody.
Yeah.
I'm very big on loyalty.
Same.
So if you treat me right and you take care of me, I will not buy a thing. I met a guy, shout out to Lewis and Diesel today. He was real cool, real respect, real calm. He came over, made his introduction, and then we had a little side conversation about certain things. I said, when you gonna be here again? I saw a jacket that I want. I said, when you gonna be here again? He said, I'll be off tomorrow, I'll be here Sunday and then the whole rest of next week. I'll see you next week. I could have bought it right then and there. I could come tomorrow, but I'm coming to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm big on, I want you to look good because you treated me with respect. You didn't hound me. You gave me my space. And you gave me some insider, like, yo, and I got my man.
Right.
You probably told that to 20 other people.
Right.
But you did it to me.
But sometimes we don't. I'm very
Okay,
picky about who
that
I
too.
give inside information to. If your energy is right and like we have a conversation,
Yeah,
and you're respectful,
it's organic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I let you rock. I'll give you like certain things, and I'll go above and beyond for you. Once you disrespect me, you're nasty. You talk down to me. You're condescending. You get nothing. I pay you dust. You want something, I don't have it. Meanwhile, I got 10 of them downstairs. Am I getting it for you? Absolutely not.
I mean, I'll get it for you because I'm trying to get my coins.
No, sometimes I don't
like,
do it. I swear to God.
It's very like, okay, yes, and whatever. But you know, there have been moments I had to put clients in their places.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm not a child.
Gotcha.
Who you talking
And you don't sign my checks.
And especially working in that type of luxury, you know they try to
like
play that
I think
game.
a lot of them, again, I have to remind them, like, I work in the city. I'm from the hood, you know. So,
Absolutely.
and I'm spicy. I'm spicy. I'm half Jamaican. Like,
So let's get into that though, because like, how do you feel like your upbringing like influenced your style?
Oh, that's a good question.
Talk about it. Oh yeah, we did that. Talk about it. Let them know.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, I'm first generation born in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the people that influenced my style growing up was my mom and my grandmother.
Okay.
My dad passed when I was in first grade. However, I remembered him and I saw him when I was younger. And he was fly. I mean, like, he was fly. No, I'm not even kidding you. I'm talking about, like, I have a picture of him at home. He's wearing, like, this leather cropped bomber. These acid wash jeans. This, like, forest green Reeboks. This is in the 80s. Turtleneck. This MCM hard-sided green briefcase. And, like, this Meineke, which used to be a company back in the day for, like, cars.
It's
Meineke. And he had like the Meineke like kind of like retro hat. And like he inspired me because he wore a lot of rings.
Okay.
And that's where my ring game came from.
Clearly.
Yeah. And then my mom, she influenced me because growing up I saw a lot of interesting pieces in her closet. None of them were alike. I mean, the color ranges, the fabrics, the silhouettes, everything, the jewelry, the shoes, the bags. Like, she knew how to piece things. And I do not do matchy-matchy.
Gotcha.
So for me, I love when it's the silhouette or the outfit tells a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't care for hype. I'm not a hype beast kind of guy. I can fall into hype beast pieces, but it's going to be tailored to what I like it to be when I wear it. And so growing up, and then, you know, seeing my mom wear like bamboo earrings and my father wear gold teeth slugged out in his mouth, and then seeing these girls in the hair salon with, you know, bamboo earrings, and then seeing, you know, these girls getting their nails done in the nail salon. Hence the reason why I have my nails like this. Seeing these girls in the nail salon with you know, their nails done. Also, music. You know, the music played a big part in my childhood for everything. Even sports. Dennis Rodman was one of my first, still is my first influences.
One of mine too.
Absolutely. Shabba Ranks. Elton John, Cyndi Lauper, Prince, Michael Jackson. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And as a child, like seeing that, I mean, I remember as a kid seeing Dennis Rodman for the first time on TV, and I was like, oh my God, he is so cool. Mother's like, he's crazy. And I was just like, he is so cool. Like, who else can do it like him?
My spirit
he was so comfortable with himself.
My spirit
100%.
gravitates to people who are comfortable with themselves.
With their style.
With their style. So when you ask me about who like my favorite people who are comfortable with their style and comfortable with themselves. Because being comfortable with your style is cool, is one thing, but being comfortable with who you are, it leads into
like,
everything.
Even women, Erykah Badu, even
Badu
men
is
like
the queen
Andre
of that.
3000, like these people paved the way for so many people, the millennials, the
Missy
Gen
Elliott.
Z.
Missy Elliott is one of my, that's
Missy
like,
is
what?
Busta Rhymes back in the day, like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, these people paved the way for so many of us. I mean, I comfortably walk out the house in the summertime with crop t-shirts. I walk out the house in sports bras. I walk out the house and I have proof on IG. I've went to parties in like Swarovski crystal bras with like baggy shorts and denim shorts, Bottega combat boots, and a pearl belt from like Casablanca. Like I'm just like, I love stuff like Common, like that. Like I love stuff that no one dares to wear, and I don't wear them for anybody else. I wear them for me.
Yes.
And that's how, I mean,
once you're comfortable with me, once you're comfortable with yourself, it's that, because I can feel when you're not with like
when the clothes are wearing you is a problem.
We always say, but it goes before like the clothes with me, because it comes with who you are as a person. Like who you are as a person is the very basic foundation
but
of
people
what.
Don't know who they are
Because you're not comfortable with who you are to do what you want to do. Because if you're not comfortable with who you are to do what you're never going to lead a life. You're always going to lead a life of fulfilling other people's fantasy. Nigga, I fulfill my own fantasy. I live in my own head. I live my own dreams. I live my own life. I don't do nothing that anybody else is doing or that will appease anybody else.
Well, you know what's so crazy? This is the crazy part, how my style came up. And I forgot to say this part. So growing up, my mother, my father passed when I was in first grade. So my mom had to raise 3 kids on her own.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't have money to be buying Jordans. My first pair of Jordans was probably in, I don't know, sophomore, junior in high school. So we didn't have that. So my style came from hand-me-downs, piecing pieces together, like cardigans that were given from my grandfather, mixed with this, that, and the third. And also, I used to literally destroy my clothing and repiece them together how I want them to look like. My mother used to hate me. Oh my God, mother'd be like this. You're like wasting my money. You're cutting up your clothes, this and that, third. So growing up in a single parent household with me, my sister, my brother, my grandmother, and my mom, imagine having 2 other siblings and not having a closet space to host your pieces. So therefore, we had to pick our outfits out of containers. If I were to turn back the hand of time, I would never change that a damn thing, because I used to pick out pieces out of the containers, I would create outfits out of that. Like,
yo, this is so crazy. Like,
and
that's
so
wild.
for me now, how I shop, I can walk into any place and immediately scan the room and know exactly what piece I'll grab. I'm not a person to walk into a store and be like this. I need to look at every single thing. I will, I have enough to know what I need and don't need. And I shop women's wear, I shop men's wear. I have probably 13, 15 kilts from different designers. I have a women's skirt from Balenciaga that is in the shape of a car mat. I have it all because I feel like it's necessary to like explore. And for me, the exploration came from the hand-me-downs as a kid. Not having made me like the person I am today.
I swear, some of the best, my story all the time is the same with like my mother's always been heavy into fashion. I get my father is plain fucking Jane. My mother is a diva to the T.
Period.
My mother is one of the
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mom. My mother's one of the flyest people I know. You feel me? And just learning how to and just putting shit together, but with mom still being one of the fly. So you gotta think now. When I think about it like this, mom's fly as shit. She gotta stay fly as shit, but she's a single mom with 2 kids. So you kind of low key. I'ma take care of my child, but nigga, we competing. You feel me? Like, hold on, my brother, you gonna eat, but I gotta coach. You feel me?
Yeah, and the one thing my mother always taught me, and my sister, my brother, is it doesn't matter, because you are raising 3 kids on your own. That's a lot for superwoman. It's in New York, and you're an immigrant at that too. So that's a lot for one person. However, my mother made sure it didn't matter if she had $5 in her pocket. She was just like, I'm gonna make sure my everyone knows that my kids
Absolutely
look presentable in the
Mom,
street.
oh yeah, she ain't play that
So
shit.
it didn't just mean, clothing wise.
Yeah.
Looking appropriate and presentable. It doesn't matter if your shirt was $5, whatever, because there's people who have money and they look a mess.
Horrible.
And
Child.
but it was going towards like self-care, skincare, moisturizing, smelling good, hygiene.
Which are also part of the look.
Part of the look.
It's part of your
You know what I'm
whole
saying? My grandmother
everything,
always said,
yes.
I can't only look good, I have to feel good and smell good.
Absolutely.
And I carry that with me throughout.
Granny ain't
So
tell no lies.
I mean, let me tell you, shout out to every mother raising daughters and sons, Black women raising Black sons and Black daughters.
Absolutely.
Because automatically we have to look presentable,
Absolutely.
because there's a stigma about us.
Yes.
And so we have to ensure that we look the part and be the part, no matter if you don't have the part yet. We have
Ooh,
to.
and
Absolutely.
that's very true.
We have to
But
do
Black
that.
people always make do. We always find
We
a
know
way.
we know how to
That's
survive.
just
Because
in
we've been
our-
surviving for a very long
exactly.
time.
That's just in
for
our
over
DNA.
400 years we've been surviving.
Exactly.
And we
so
still
we gonna make
thriving.
something from nothing every
Period.
time.
Period.
So
yeah.
so that's definitely how our fashion, how we got to it. Is
Yeah.
that, see, I wasn't dragging it out of clothes, but I had to make do with. At the time I couldn't get all the newest and the flyest shit,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna take what I'm getting right now, and I'm still gonna win best dress.
Absolutely.
I'm still gonna do this on
You know
y'all.
what's so funny? I won best dress at my graduation when I
Oh, God.
when I was in middle school.
I won it in high school and
That's so
junior high.
funny.
So I was nominated for best dress in high school. Didn't get it, but I got Mr. Congeniality. I was nominated for best dress, best smile, and Mr. Congeniality. I got
Love
Mr.
to see
Congeniality.
it.
I couldn't get all three, which is fine. I couldn't get all three, but in middle school, my mother made me an hour late to my graduation.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
she said, "What do you want to wear?"
Oh shit.
And I was just like, "I don't want to wear a suit." And she said, "What do you want to wear?" I want to wear this kente cloth vest
Gangster.
with these. I look back at it now. That outfit was terrible. But back then, it was the shit. It was the shit. And I had this kente cloth vest, a white shirt, and I had like a metal tie, like a bar.
Like a bolero?
Yes. And I had these black jeans with these 3M highlights at the side.
Nah.
And some kind of crazy shoes. And then
You sure you're not Haitian?
There you go.
They gonna come after
Jesus.
y'all.
I love y'all. I love them. They know that.
And then the borough president was speaking at our stuff, and he pointed me out of everybody in
Was it Marty Markowitz at the time?
Yes! And then, yes, dead ass. And then he was like, you stand in front of hundreds of kids, had me stand up in the auditorium. He's like this, "You are the best dressed child here." And I was like,
Wow.
"You damn right."
all that did was solidify and confirm
exactly.
what you already know about yourself.
Yeah, like,
That's
yeah, like,
Oh my!
That's
Did your mother fight you on the outfit?
Nah.
I'm about to say I'd have looked at her right in the crowd like.
Nah, my mother was like this.
As she should.
Right? She was just
As
like,
she
yeah,
should.
that's my boy.
That's crazy.
So yeah. Yep.
All right.
I want to know, like, just because obviously where we are in fashion right now, right? Like, Paris Fashion Week just happened. And just how do you feel about, one, the shows, but just the overall, like,
I mean,
climate?
honestly, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed this year.
Yeah.
There are a lot of designers that I thought I wouldn't be impressed by, but I was impressed by them. One, let's start with Vuitton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Let's
get
start
that. Let's get it out the room.
Let's
So yeah, coming from so I used to work for that brand. Yes,
Yeah.
when I worked for that brand during Kim Jones era.
Okay.
Kim Jones is a beast. But go ahead.
He is a beast, and he's amazing at what he does at Dior.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is she still at Dior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still Dior. We don't know how long for, but we'll see.
Right,
But
'cause
they
child, the
better
rotation
they better drain him as much as he can, because when they leave him, they don't know who he's gonna replace him with. However, I would say this: I've always been a fan of Pharrell since I was young. For what he did with street culture, what he's done with skate culture, what he's done for Black culture, and for the culture. Okay,
I like that. I like that.
let's talk about it. I would say when he dropped his first collection, I was like, okay. Because it was so... Seeing the pieces in person, they're beautiful. I can't lie. However, it was almost... And please, guys, don't hate me. This is my opinion. When I first saw his first collection with Vuitton, I wasn't too wowed because it looked almost like Virgil's.
Okay.
And so he was trying to
gave you that feel.
Yeah,
give the shoes.
Yeah,
Fit into the shoes.
I wasn't upset with the collection. I was just like, okay, cool.
That was was that the camo?
I think it's the camo situation,
yeah.
like digital camo.
Digital camo, okay.
Yeah, the rodeo collection.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. I can't lie. I went on Vogue runway today and several moments. Looking at the outerwear, the boots, how it's styled, the embellishments, the story. I mean, the last time I saw a rodeo collection that I loved was when Raf did it with Calvin Klein. And I thought
the jacket
I thought people slept on that collection.
Hold on, that's crazy. You just said that. Do you know what I styled that jacket? I found that jacket in a thrift store. Do you know what I styled that jacket with?
Someone had it in a thrift store?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much?
He styled it with some boots.
I'm almost
We'll talk about this after.
We'll talk about it after. I'm gonna put you into the
Off
strip.
camera.
It's a very rinky-dink thrift store, but it's one of those thrift store where you'll walk in there and you'll be like, why is this sitting?
here?
You'll find that one.
Yes.
They had a pair of Chanel joggers just like up on this. I said they had it up. They had this one up.
Wait, is this in the city?
Yes.
2nd Avenue? 2nd Street?
No, not 2nd Street. I got you.
Oh,
I
okay.
got you. Rinky
That's
dink.
crazy.
And I sat and I looked and I said, and I'm like, but you looked at I looked at the customers in the store and I said,
they don't know. They don't
I see your clientele. I see
They
what's going
have
on.
no idea what gems
You don't know. You don't even know what's sitting right there in front of you. But I styled that jacket with cowboy boots. I did it with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. I did a rodeo look for it.
And I'm glad you did that because I am obsessed with cowboy boots. I have several cowboy boots.
My girlfriend hates them.
Cowboy boots are a staple.
My girlfriend,
Those
babe, do you
are
hear this? I can't get her to get into it for the life of me.
Cowboy boots, they don't go out of style.
They don't go out of style.
They don't go out of style.
Like legit, like you can wear if I was a female, I would wear cowboy boots with like a long gray knit dress with a high slit.
You got to get the slit so you get the flash.
Yeah, and then I'll have like my hair buzz cut in neon green. Like some
neon green.
You want to know what's the crazy part about that? Is that my father's a redneck. For lack of a better word, my father is now a redneck. Like my father lives in Houston, drives a pickup truck.
Oh.
Shoot to kill. Whatever he hunts and kills, he eats.
Oh, sometimes to shoot a gator, so maybe some shoes.
Have you ever had? Oh, I was about to say, have you ever had fried gator? Fried gator is amazing. Fried gator is amazing.
Oh, really?
Fried gator, fried snake, amazing. And I'm somebody.
I'd rather have them as handbags.
Gangster.
Yeah.
But my father, he always had cowboy boots, and he's always tried to get some. You gotta get some cowboy boots, boy. Yeah. For Texas guy. And I'm like, my father's tacky, so I'm not listening to him as far as fashion. And now, if only he could see now, like.
It takes a while for it to settle in.
I caught the ground. I was like, yo, them shits is fire. Yeah. And I gotta find. I'm gonna show you the picture later.
Please do. But like seriously, like I would say this: the collection for Vuitton for the rodeo collection, hands down, amazing.
I did see his influences though.
He has so Western is always an influence.
Yeah,
like Western, it always comes back around every few years.
Y project.
His attention to detail was immaculate.
It was immaculate. I cannot lie.
I like the use of the turquoise with the damier print, but as on the jacket. I said, you okay?
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys now, though.
Yeah.
He said his inspiration was Canal Street. Do you feel like they're like kind of like trying to play in the consumer's face now? I feel like he tried to play in the consumer's face, like.
What is he? Because Canal Street been playing in our face for years.
Okay.
You know, they've been playing. Because here's the thing. We've all seen what Canal Street gives.
Absolutely.
And they sometimes come out with stuff that you be like, is that even like
right?
Like you have to question it because sometimes it's a running joke between a lot of people in luxury. They think that Canal Street is giving the fashion houses inspiration. And it's because,
it might be true though.
the black market of like things that are not real, especially in Canal Street. You look at it, you be like, actually, that's a nice silhouette. How come we don't make that?
You see what I'm saying? And now you go, you take it, and you make it a luxury item. Boom. They're gonna eat it.
Yeah, the quality may not be there.
Right, but the
vision is there. The vision
was there. The vision was there.
The execution.
Absolutely.
So Vuitton was great. Schiaparelli, of course.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that.
I am a Schiaparelli girl.
Slut.
I just need the pieces in my closet. That's it.
It's just
I am obsessed.
You know what?
Obsessed.
Like
I'm glad y'all pronounced it because I was gonna fuck it up.
Schiaparelli. Yeah.
They're just so beautiful. Like
it's just beautiful, ornate. These are like pieces that you will have forever. Conversation starters. Once again, something you could put up on the mantle, child. Like the jewelry is just gorgeous.
I'll wear
it's so
everything.
Bad that the prices are not even on the. There's nowhere to be found, baby.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's pricey.
I research how to get it, a way to get it shipped if I want to order it from. And most of the pieces are just like not available.
They're just not even available.
They're not even available.
So they're just for look. We're just here for the
just
runway.
like gone.
Oh, gone. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Because it's
like you can find it in Bergdorf.
Yeah,
but
100%.
If
but
you're
like,
trying to online shop, it's
quiet. Okay. So you can find it.
Yeah, but it's hard.
It's hard though. It's not like you gonna find everything in Bergdorf, but if you can find something, it would be there.
Correct.
If anything, yeah.
What else? Balmain.
Yes.
Okay, let me. A disclaimer.
Yes.
Okay. I am not a Balmain guy, but this collection, it gave.
It did.
It gave. I cannot lie.
I feel like they tried to step out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
They stepped completely out their comfort zone.
They had this coat with this face, and it's embellished in like.
So it's from art pieces that he did, and he had them printed on, and I think he did such a beautiful job. They actually. The only thing I am wondering is. Because I know that a lot of men are very close-minded, right? And I just feel like they're not going to understand what was
this generation.
What was
I don't
given.
feel like this generation is really.
I don't think they're going to appreciate that collection.
Here's the thing with this generation.
So
okay, not to get off topic. This generation, we all know, love hype. I'm not with the one brand, and the one brand that there's a few brands I don't like. One of them that's been on my radar that's been really just be like, what on earth are y'all doing? Is Balenciaga.
Yeah. I
have a lot.
That's going to have to be a part two, baby.
I'm sorry. I have a lot of Balenciaga. And
as we do.
And I'm talking about like good ready-to-wear pieces. I have a lot of bags for Balenciaga. I have a lot of good ready-to-wear. I have velvet pieces from Balenciaga. I have skirts and other stuff. I have jackets and all this stuff. I'm not with the oversized shoe. I'm not with the tights with the hoodie wrapped around your waist and them shoes that weigh maybe 200 pounds. I don't need ski boots and fur with a heel.
They make sandals with fur. I said, wait, how does it gonna work on the beach?
And don't get me wrong, like I've walked in a few times in Balenciaga trying to find a piece, and I'll be like, it looks like what I have already.
At this point, I really feel like Balenciaga needs to clean house. I feel like they need to clean house and they need to rebrand.
Well, I heard a rumor that Demna
has been playing in everybody's face for a bit too long for my liking. He's been playing in everybody's face and I don't like it.
Well, here's the thing.
I think he needs his 10 years over. And I think they need to usher in somebody new, breathe new life into Balenciaga, because I know Cristobal is rolling in his grave. I know he cannot even fathom that this is what his brand has been brought to. And I just feel like it's been lost for me. Like, Balenciaga is such a good house.
Here's the thing with Balenciaga, and it's a running joke between my friend and I. His name is Will. We think that Balenciaga is going through a social experiment.
We all say that.
They want to see how far they can take it until the public be like, all right, that's enough.
But
when? Because
they're
the
still
whole
consuming
scandal just happened and people are still consuming Balenciaga. Kim is now the new face of Balenciaga.
First of all, that wasn't
she's
news.
Always right. It wasn't new, but like it's news.
I saw BOF. They were like, Kim is the new face of Balenciaga.
Right, like we all didn't know.
Ma'am,
But the whole thing is like, when is somebody gonna say stop? No one's saying stop. So
it's enough.
like at this point, I'm kind of over it. Like I'll bring back 2018 Balenciaga for me. Like
give me
even
something
before
new.
that.
Whatever happened to dressing up?
No,
looking your best.
Anymore.
Don't get me wrong. Will I, I understand the scandal. Will I still buy Balenciaga? Yes, if you make nice pieces. The pieces that are currently in the store, that's for a current clientele, and they're doing well. By all means, they will always do well. But like, there are people who love a true collection that tells a story. And I don't know.
It's not happening there.
Balenciaga is giving the expensive version of Lululemon and Aloe.
And the girls are eating it up because it says Balenciaga on it.
Up.
It's really nothing like
eating
groundbreaking.
It up.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's bothering me because I want the art with like it's lost. I want the art. I want the silhouettes. I want the tailoring. I want what Balenciaga is known for.
Yeah.
It's not this bullshit. It's not them triple S's.
Give me streetwear, but also give me something else.
I need a balance. Like I need both. And now it's just straight bullshit.
It's not given. It's not given. But in terms of, yes, Balmain, yes. The bags, didn't care for. Some of the clutches were cool. But yeah, Balmain I liked. Rude was cool. I mean, rude is rude. I mean, that was Paris Fashion Week. I can't wait to see what Milan has.
Yeah.
We want to see what Bottega has.
New York is coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, New York is February, right?
Yeah, next month.
You know what I think we're gonna have to do? I think we'll have to do a part 2.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do a part 2. We're gonna have to do a comparison.
And you know what? We'll bring you back for part 2.
We're gonna bring you back for part 2.
And because we have too much to talk about with Delroy. Like, we could talk to him for hours and we don't get that much time. So, we might have to bring you back for part 2.
We're going to bring you part 2.
And then we can discuss the new fashion weeks and then everything else. In between, I will say, just to wrap up this episode, is there anything that you want people to know? Like, where can we find you on the socials? On social media, you can find me on. I don't have TikTok. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to get on the wave, but I really. It got me.
It got you. I
can't multitask. I can't.
Yeah. So you can find me on Instagram solely. It's gonna be Supreme _ CZAR Zar. So Supreme _ Zar. You can find me on that platform. I post a lot of fashion stuff, art stuff, things that inspire me. Yeah. You realize I'm a bag collector.
Okay.
I probably own over 50 luxury handbags.
I want to get into that conversation in the next episode too.
No, we really gonna have to part 2 is gonna have to happen.
We gotta get to it because it's. I'm not even gonna open. I'm not gonna open the door.
Don't open the door because it's a lie.
Cam is gonna whoop our ass.
Yeah,
guys, we want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for coming up for this episode. Thank you so much. We're definitely gonna have you back.
Of course.
He baited us with that question in the beginning. He asked me. He said, "Do you guys have people come up more than once?" This is why he did that. He asked me. You baited me. You fucking baited me because you luxury stripper. You retail stripper. They try to get you back. I'm over. Guys, this is the Dress Code Podcast.
What we do is ask open-ended questions for you.
That's a retail tactic.
That was ask open-ended questions and then have us discover more about you.
Exactly.
Correct.
It's your boy Bruhman from the 5th floor alongside the lovely stylist local, and thank you again for tuning in for another episode of the Dress Code Podcast.
We are out.
We out.